Oh yeah, normally.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Alright, come, it started. It started. I don't know how it started.
Oh, it started?
Oh, is it started? Did you stop it?
No. You just started. Alright, before we start, I want to give our praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Maha, Rakah, Wadash.
Yeah, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who will and teach you. To the Akim, the Idols and Bibles and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity. To the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now today, I'm going to touch a few scriptures on the Kadash. No, not in the Kadash.
No, basically you're saying that we are the Quadash people.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, because we are set apart and holy.
Yeah.
We talk about that.
You know, so it's just on us being holy, because religion teaches that, you know, we're all to come together, we're all to be one. But then, if we're all to be one, then what makes us so special? Who's got you on the service? Yeah, we got.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen.
It says that we're a holy people. Holy means set apart. It says the Most High has chosen us,
has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So we're not the same as all these other nations, and this is what religion tries to do. Try to make everybody one people, but the Bible says that he has chosen us. Now, I want you to read yours, 2 Corinthians 5. Yeah, I'll read from verse 23 to 27. But it says, Most High has chosen us to be a special people unto himself.
The book of 2 Ezra 5 and 23. And say, O Yahweh, that bearest root of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only, thou hast chosen thee one only vine.
So out of all the trees that the Most High made, he chose one vine.
Right. And of all length of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one bit.
So out of all the land that the Most High created, he's chosen one pit, one area.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
So yeah. So all the flowers that he made, he got all kind of flowers, some beautiful flowers. But out of all of those, he looked upon the lily and said, yeah, that one there's mine.
That's right. That's right. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
So out of all the waters that he's made, he chose one river.
And of all builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself.
So even out of all the cities that's built, he chose one city to be his city, which he hallowed.
And of all the fowls thou art created, thou hast named thee one dog.
Out of all the birds then, like there's bare birds, and like when you watch the wildlife films, programs, documentaries, you see some beautiful birds. But out of all of that, like look at the peacock, he talked about the peacock, you know? But he bypassed the peacock and chose a dove. And that shows you that that's that separation there. Like he done it in everything that he made.
That's why you love them. You may have like 15 shoes, but it's always one. I used to sell, right? I used to go, like I would go door to door on an appointment, right? And I used to have one shirt. Every time I wore that shirt, right, I made a deal. And that was my favorite. When he came to that, that was my favorite. So it's a natural thing that came from your heart, man.
It's like that brother that came up here with the camera from Cyprus. He had the three cameras.
Yeah, he said he had one.
The favorite one. We're in the new one.
That's right.
Them old looking cameras. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
So out of all the animals that the Most High made, there's some beautiful animals. Some of them even taste good.
Oh
That's
my
right.
goodness.
That's right. That's right.
Don't listen to me, bro.
That's
The curry goat.
you gotta have some.
Yeah, but he chose himself the sheep, the lamb.
27. And among all the multitude of people, thou hast gotten thee one people.
That's right.
And unto these people whom thou lovest, thou gavest whom thou lovest.
So these people, out of everybody that he made, he chose one people whom he loved.
That's right.
John 3:16, who he loves.
That's right. Thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
And that's what separates us from these other people. They ain't got the commandments of God. We know what's pleasing. This is the root. Yeah. Chapter 4, verse 4, it says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us.
That's right.
He gave, we as a people should know what's pleasing to the Most High. That's what separates us from these other nations. And this is why they hate us. Bring that up, Deuteronomy 26. And start from 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 26, verse 17. Thou hast avouched the Lord.
Now,
This
when you look at that word avouch, it goes into making a vow. So, all that says, 5 and 4.
The book of Ecclesiastes 5 and 4.
It says, thou as avouched.
When thou vowest a vow unto Yahweh, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Verse 5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
So he says that it's better you don't make a vow than to vow and don't pay. So read that again, Bob.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy chapter 26 at verse 17. Thou hast avouched the Lord this day to be thy God.
So we've made a vow to make the Most High our power. And one of the reasons we're keeping getting jacked up because we're breaking this vow.
That's right.
And to walk in his ways,
Yeah.
and to keep his statutes.
That was the vow that we made. Yeah, when you read Exodus 24, it says, all that the Lord has said we will do.
Keep his statutes and his commandments.
And the fact that we got jacked up showed that we shouldn't have made that vow and don't keep it. You know what I'm saying?
And his judgments, and to hearken unto his voice.
That's right.
Verse 18. And the Lord has avouched
So now the Most High, he made a vow. What did he vow?
thee this day to be his peculiar people.
Like the brother read, out of all the multitudes of people that he made, he chose one people. Yeah. And we're that people. Go on.
As he has promised thee.
And he don't break his vow. So he's not going to now come send his son to accept everybody. That's a different power. Yeah, that's what makes us separate, man. The Most High is our power. Go on.
As he has promised thee that thou shouldest keep all his commandments.
That's right.
Verse 19. And to make thee high above all nations.
No, equal to.
High above all nations.
No, below all nations.
High above all nations. Which he has made.
So the Most High made everybody, like the brother said, out of all the multitudes of people that you made, he chose you one people. Go on.
In praise and in name.
That's right.
And in honor. And that thou mayest be an holy people.
We're a holy people, a set apart people. That's why we're above them in praise, in name, and in honor. We're not equal to these other nations, but we want to be equal. Instead of setting ourselves apart and being separate, we want to be equal. And this is where equality gets us.
and holy people unto the Lord thy God, as he has spoken.
And you hear that as he has spoken. So you can't even change that, even if you wanted to. Joel 2:27.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 27. And it reads, "And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel,
That's right.
and that I am the Lord Yahweh, your God power, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed."
You hear that? It says, I am the Lord, your God, and none else. He avouched us this day to be his peculiar people.
God.
Yeah, so that can't change. We are set apart, whether you like it or not.
Next one is Deuteronomy.
Yeah, I got that here. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, and verse 8. When the Most High, Yahweh, divided to the nation
It says, when the
their
Most High
inheritance.
divided to the nations their inheritance, gone.
When the Most High, Yahweh, divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam.
No, when he joined together.
When he separated
The sons of Adam.
When he made everybody, he separated us. He didn't have us together. When you read the scriptures and it's talking about, oh, the sons of God looked upon the daughters of men and saw that they were fair, you think he was happy with that? You weren't happy with that, because we started to go off. Yeah, so we've always been a set apart people.
That's right.
That's right.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of
So
Israel.
he gave us the lion's share, you know.
For the Lord's portion, Yahweh's portion, is his people.
You see that? His portion ain't everybody. Yeah, we're a holy people. He says,
right.
I am holy, therefore you must be holy. God.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Yeah. Now, because people like, well, the brother read it. To make thee high above all nations which he has made.
That's
People like to
right.
say, oh, we all come from Adam. Of course, but he chose a people.
The book of Second Ezra 6:54, and it reads, "And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen."
Did you hear how it worded it? It says, we all come from Adam. It says, and the people whom thou hast chosen. So in there, he's showing a separation. Yeah, he made everybody, but he chose a particular people.
That's right. All these have I spoken before thee, O Lord Yahweh, because thou madest the word for our sakes.
And when the brother read, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. That's what the brother's reading there. He set the bounds according to us.
As for the other people,
See, the other people then, because he made everyone one.
which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
And that's hard teaching. That's very hard teaching for some people, especially when you're teaching God so loved the world.
It's not for the Christian, because the Israelites that grew up under Christianity, they don't have the capacity to like separate us from other nations. You know what I'm saying? So when you come up with that, it's almost like a cursing. It's like an abomination to them, you know? But it is the truth.
And even just to add to what the brother said, and it's funny how when we try to show there's a separation, everybody comes against us. But when you look at those people, that's the Israelis who call Jewish today, they are separated, but no one has a problem.
That's right.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So look, think on that.
That's how you know how people are destroyed, you know?
Yeah,
Now,
no one has a
destroy
problem
people,
with
they
that.
don't understand it.
Yeah, and having their own, having their own schools, having their own, shops, keep, separating totally, looking different, dressing different. No one has a problem with that. But as soon as we teach, according to what the scripture is, that we ain't supposed to be holding hands and join with the other nations, we're teaching hate.
And you know what it is? They're to our identity. They're to our ways. And they do exactly what we were doing before. But now that we're trying to get it, we got some of our brothers and sisters that have a problem with it.
But you even look at that Wall Street. Who were separated then and was doing well. Obviously, we were still living wickedly. But it showed that during that separation,
we were very...
and look at that. And that was only the 19th century. So it wasn't even that far away.
19th and early 20th century.
Yeah.
But getting back to the point, the doctrine that Christianity teaches is a false doctrine. And it was conceived to deal with what they called, and I'm going to use the label, the nigger problem, because that's literally what they said. We need to solve the nigger problem, which is slavery was about to be abolished, and not abolished because we're still in slavery, but they were going to transfer the economy to a capitalist economy, and they were afraid of what was going to happen when all these free people
that was skillful.
Right, that had the skills.
They had all the skills. And
right. So what they did, they came up with the equality doctrine. Because remember, when slavery was really being practiced, there was no equality. Because most of the slaves were Christians, but how come they weren't being treated as equal?
Well, they have that little thing where they say slave obey your master.
Yeah.
So they were just playing a position based on that.
But the point I'm trying to say is, they were not practicing equality.
Even the churches were separate.
Even the churches had the top pews were for
black churches
the
white
exactly.
churches.
But you know what it is? There's not such thing as equality.
Absolutely.
Because in our kingdom, that's not equality. That's what I'm saying. These things it's a false balance because there's not equality. It's like there's no, like they say, there can never be two captains
on a ship.
Never, right? So we messed up.
Yes.
We are the bottom, right? The Most High chose the base people to rule over us. To me, it makes sense. So when our time come now, right? They're gonna have to accept that. Then, along with all the other nations, I'm fine with that. I'm paying price of my captivity, of me going astray against my power. But when my time comes to rule, I don't want to hear no one complaining, man.
That's right.
You're gonna go through what I've been through. It's simple, you know. But we're paying the price right now. We're trying to be righteous so we can have a little piece of the share.
But even now we're set apart because you know they had a problem with us.
I was trying to bring that out.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
I was trying to bring that out 2 weeks ago with the sister that was here. Right, and she didn't allow me because, like, she realized where I was going with it. Because I asked her who's at the bottom of society. She didn't want to come out and say it, but everybody knows who's at the bottom. There's a reason why.
Yeah, we're set apart. That's
we're
why.
set apart.
Yeah, we're holy.
You know, and it goes for those who want to be hand in hand with the enemy. We're not supposed to be hand in hand with them. Segregation is a normal thing. The only bad thing about segregation is because they're enforcing wickedness.
That's right.
Back in time, nation was we weren't supposed even to have to mingle, meaning to enter marriage. When Solomon had those other nations, wives or concubines, it's because he was making deal with the kings, right? And under the contract, he would say, you know what, let me get one of your daughters, or let me get one of your... That's how they did it before. So that's why they call them concubines. They're not really wives, they're concubines, but they're from different nations. We would do business together, but we never enter marriage, and that was fine, right?
Modern day term.
I knew it was going to come something. I'm not tired now. Sharala is tired now. The side note. Bring it up.
This is Nehemiah.
Yeah, but it's true. We're supposed to be mingling with them. You know what I'm saying? When they want us to mingle and they're talking about equality. You Israelite, I'll call you niggers because there's the Negro and there's the Israelite.
That's right.
You Negroes and Hispanic, you don't have no ruling class mentality. That's why you would say, I want to be equal. You are above them. But it's just that right now, you are put in a lower state. You know?
Nehemiah chapter 13. Right. Verse 23 says, in those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake after the speech of Ashdod and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. It says, and I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off their hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations there is no king like him, who was beloved of his power, and the Most High made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, him did outlandish women cause to sin. And the problem was, when you read out Deuteronomy 7 and 3, 4, it tells that these other nations are going to turn us away from the Most High. It wasn't an issue of us marrying them, because Abraham, Moses had a wife of another nation, but he kept to his way of life. He obeyed the Most High.
And then, when you come to Moses, right, I want to see something about Moses. You like Moses, right? What's the Keturah?
Keturah and Hagar.
Yeah, but no, Hagar is not wrong. Keturah, when he took that Ethiopian woman, right? At that point, right, Moses was higher up. He was like higher up, and you could see the rebelliousness of the women them at that time. The Most High was like, you know what, you've been through so much stress. So he let him have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But then he didn't make it to Israel.
But that's because of us, not because of the woman.
That's right, you're making sense with that.
That's because of us.
You're making sense with that. Do you know what I'm saying? So now I'm coming back to my point. Even when he getting Keturah because the woman in the desert, in the wilderness, they were terrible, man. They were terrible. So the Most High said, you know what, I'm going to give you the Ethiopian. I guess so. Do you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't give you the right, because you got brothers saying, oh yeah, well, you know, Moses had Keturah. Yeah, he had Keturah, but you're not Moses.
That's
like
right.
Yahweh said, see, I speak to Moses. I dream, I talk to you through dream. I speak to you face to face. So you and, you know, like they say, you and him not same size.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
And it tells you that the women of the other nations send us off, man. And it's happened. Yeah, so we are a set apart people, a holy people. And it says that throughout the scriptures, but we don't want to be holy. We want to have equality to these other nations and lose our holiness.
Even to the brothers saying, yo, when we in the kingdom, we're going to deal with, you know, them concubines. Why would I deal with no concubine when my woman would be in the right mind?
Exactly.
You know, they would be beautiful. Why would I would need you to clean my yard, and that's it.
And even now they're still,
I don't
in
think I
my
want to
eyes,
deal with concubines.
these other nations still
Because they're trying to say,
have a fight to like.
they're trying to say that, you know, like, since they say everything reverse, we're going to do to them. We'll do to them, like, you know, like, Esau used to get our women and have sex with them. But then, these people are animals, man. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't do that because we would be now right now. Why would I go and, you know what I'm saying?
Remember you said it earlier.
Exactly, the righteousness.
If we're going to have the laws in us, we're going to be 100% holy, then you're going to pick up filth.
No, exactly. Why would you even go there, man? It don't make sense.
You're going to bypass your woman that's in the right mind, holy, 100%
holy. When they have shower, yes, you go and sit down and body oil. Something like that. You want to do it.
Hold on, listen to this.
Let's be serious. Do you know what I mean? The level of purity. I'm going to leave there and go to some bed wench, you know what I'm saying, Edomite.
They're not going to be something from the country, so they're going to have a long hair, their skin going to be clean.
Clean. When I say clean,
No cellulite.
Deuteronomy 28 and 56, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
Wow.
So they're going to be there 100 times more in the kingdom.
And then they won't even walk. Listen, when I was reading this morning, like the wool we make out of emerald, sapphire, the shoe we make out of gold.
I'm taking off their shoe when they come to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You have to take off your shoe.
And the women, they'll be, you know, like in West Africa, they
Carry.
carry the kings.
They'll be carried,
Till
man.
today, they carry. It's the same thing that these heathen,
They're going to be carrying our women, man.
come on, man.
Right.
So I'm going to leave my woman that is sitting on, they're being carried, I'm going to leave it and go sneak out with some filth, now.
Get the concubines in the kingdom.
But it don't make sense. When you read the Bible, it don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Not for me anyway. Like, it might make sense to someone else. I don't want that sense.
Let's say my friend before that, I know she's looking at the news, but she's looking at me like, no, I'm not moving, that's not.
32. Next one's Leviticus. Leviticus 20. Yeah? Do you want Leviticus? It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 7. Reads, sanctify yourselves therefore, and be ye holy.
So throughout the scriptures, the Most High is telling us to be holy. You know, cleanse ourselves and be holy, man. And even when you get into that word sanctify, holy comes up in there. Set apart.
For I am the Lord your God.
Your possessive.
Verse 23. And ye shall not walk in the manner of the nation which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them.
And this is how we pollute ourselves, how we become unholy, by following the ways of these other nations.
That's the only way.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures tell us to renew your mind. I think I've got that here. But it's telling us to renew our mind. Come out of our mind, people. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 26 of Leviticus 20, and it reads, and ye shall be holy unto me, for I am the Lord, am holy.
So the Most High is a separatist. Yes, that's what he just said there. For I am holy. He is set apart.
And have severed you from other people.
And when you sever something, what do? You cut it off. Yeah, so he's cut us off from all these other nations. Why?
That ye should be mine.
And we're holy, man. We're a holy people.
And that's what happened in Africa. When you read the books, that's what happened in Africa. When I was going to Africa, they were mingling with the Africans.
No, they weren't.
And they could see the difference. They had the law of unification. They were so clean. It's jealousy. So when they came around, the Arabs and them were like, let's get this. So the African, they were like, the real African, they were like, no, we get it. You know what I'm saying? And the women, the African women, they used to love our people as well. You know?
Yes, this is the book of Romans, chapter 7, and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good.
Read that again, Mama.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 7, and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good.
It says the commandment, the law, all of these are holy, just and good. This is how we set ourselves apart. The Most High gave us something which is holy to make us different to these other
He gave us
nations.
something that will make us holy. Like when you look at the law purifies you, man. That's why he said the law converts the soul. And that's why he said the word will wash you. You know, because it's a cleansing agent.
Read Deuteronomy 4.
Also read Psalm 19.
So it says, wherefore the law is holy, the commandment holy, just and good.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Yeah. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Holy commandments, holy laws, holy statutes, holy judgments.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
And even now we should be doing these holy laws. We should be applying these laws. This is what separates us today, in today.
Verse 6, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding.
If you've got any wisdom, any understanding, you're going to fear God, keep His commandments, be holy, be separate, be set apart, be severed from these other nations and the wickedness that they're doing. That's right.
Yeah, this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say
what?
Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So when we're keeping these laws, it separates us from these other nations and they see that we're a wise people. Now, this is Judith. But what they know now, this is Judith.
That's why they work on all
to keep us unholy.
Working on their hard. Before you go on it, there's one of the elders, Gabar, he was saying that one day they were preaching a long time ago, and that was like a limousine that parked up, and they was like, yo, how did you get this truth, man? We spent billion on it.
Trying to hide it.
Trying to hide it. And that's how you see that when I was growing up, every 25th December, white Jesus would come on TV.
That's right.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Never fails.
yeah.
It was for a reason.
Yeah, so it says, read that last verse again. Oh, forget it. It said that we'll be a wise, forget it. So they'll look at us and see that we're a wise and understanding nation. Now, this is Judith 5 and 20. It says, now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people and they sin against their God, so we're breaking the commandments, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up and we shall overcome them. So they know that as long as we're acting unholy in the eyes of the Most High, yeah, they're going to have their rule. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, yeah, if we're keeping his laws, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So these other nations know that we're a set-apart people, and they know it's the laws that set us apart.
And this is book of Jeremiah, just to back up the brother's verse. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 7.
That's right.
And it reads, all that found them...
Read 6.
Okay, yeah, this is verse 6. My people has been lost sheep.
And this is what we are today. We're a lost people, which is why we don't know that we're holy and don't know how to be holy.
That's how we're going to train hand in hand with them.
Yeah.
We don't know who we are.
That's right.
A lost sheep. And their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill.
Yeah, from doctrine to doctrine, man.
They have forgotten their resting place. Verse 7. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against...
And this is why you won't get nothing from them, because they don't see themselves as doing nothing wrong. They said, you're the one that mucked up.
Yeah, you saw